and welcome everyone to 7 signs that you might be ready to buy an EUC. I hope you're doing well. It's a really questionable day out today, but we're gonna have a lot of fun talking about these 7 reasons why you might fit the category for purchasing an EUC. We're gonna go over some of the methods that are very popular to get around and why the EUC is a really great alternative to some of those methods. So I really hope you enjoy it. Let's get into number 1. All right, so one of the first signs that you might be right for an EUC is you're tired of public transportation. Here in Portland, we have some of the best public transportation around. TriMet does an amazing job, but there's so many things that you have to rely on when it comes to public transportation.
Now, I am an advocate for public transportation. I think that we need more buses. I think it's a really great idea, but I don't think that I want to give up the autonomy of living my life around bus schedules or even if there is a bus. So, what is next?
Well, you're in the city, you gotta get around, right? You gotta do the things that your body needs to do in physical locations. So maybe you think about buying a car. Oh, yes, a car. You've gone and you did it. You bought yourself a car. It's sweet, it's awesome. So, you bought yourself a car, and it's great. It's great! It's so good! I love my car so much. It's just always the best thing. But is it really though? Am I lying to myself? What do I mean? Well, driving a car in the city is kind of ridiculous. Just so much extra stress. Cars are super expensive. This is possibly the worst financial decision I've ever made. And I've got to pay insurance for it. I've got to make sure that it's clean because the bank owns my car. I don't own my car. That's pretty much the story for a lot of people. The maintenance grows and grows as the vehicle ages, and I can't actually take this car to work. The reason being is it costs $15 a day to park this silly thing. Extremely small parking lot, make a U-turn, street is closed, traffic all the time, everybody is in their cars all the time. Sometimes you need a car. I'm not like saying,
but Cameron, if everyone rode EUCs, then there would be no
car. I'm not saying that. Look at this. Everything has been designed around the car. Everything.
0% APR for 84 months, and you can take your small SUV to the top of a mountain.
The obsession with a car, that you need one to be somebody. And probably the most important thing about a car is I think that the next couple generations might not even own one. We are coming upon an era where there's going to be a lot of alternative ways to take out your phone and request a car. Just then, I had to slow down for a person crossing the street, and the person behind me wasn't paying attention, and they almost ran into me. It's so stressful. It's so stressful. I love my Leaf, but man, the amount of money I pour into this thing is incredible. It's unbelievable. I can't believe myself for getting this. And if you do get a car in the city, really you should probably get a very used car because people are gonna scratch it, people are gonna run into it. You're in a city. Constantly looking out for other idiots just like me. So you're tired of public transport, and a car either isn't in the cards for several reasons, or you just don't want one, and that's understandable. So what do you try next? So the next thing you might do is get a bicycle, which is great. You know, bikes are really popular here in Portland. We have an incredible community around them, but at least for me, they require exercise as fuel to work, and I don't want to be sweaty when I show up at work. And generally they have a lot of maintenance. There's a lot of things to maintain on the bike, a lot of different points and stuff to maintain. And they're big. Look at this. Look at this. We have both my girlfriend's and my bike hanging out in the storage unit ever since we got our EUC. And it has the same problem as cars. You gotta find a place to park the thing. You gotta find a really nice lock. You can't take them into a restaurant with you. They can't just lean up just anywhere. They're huge, huge. So maybe you think, okay, it's not right to buy a car. Maybe I'll try the rental scooters or the rental bikes, like these brand new Nike e-bikes, which are pretty cool. So how does that work out? Okay, so you get on one of these community scooters, city scooters, e-bikes, of which this is a pretty cool one. And you're definitely wearing a helmet. Don't do as I do, do as I say. Always wear a helmet. Don't do what I'm doing. And you find out, oh, these things are pretty cool. Oh, there goes the camera. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, and these things are great. I really, really like the fact that you can pick these up and drop them off from place to place. But let's be honest, right now is not like a normal time. And, you know, you might not want to touch these handlebars, you know, because I touched them. So maybe, just maybe, you look into ownership. So what's next? Oh, man. Okay, let's get back to the little thing. Woo! This is actually pretty cool. Good job, Nike. Good job. These are cool. So you're looking into ownership, and an e-bike is too big. Maybe you're looking into owning a scooter. You know, those scooters are pretty great. You also have the same problem where you've got to lock your scooter up. You've got to put it somewhere outside. All of those community bikes and scooters have these nice little slots that you can lock them up at. Then you look into e-skates or something like a one wheel. You start looking into e-skates and one wheels. You discover, hey, there's an awesome community around these things. They're really cool looking. They look like a lot of fun. But maybe you're not the person who wants to invest a lot of time in learning a board sport. And that's totally understandable. You're trying to get your skeleton from point A to point B. Maybe a board sport doesn't seem like the most comfortable route for you, and that's super understandable. And the other thing you could say is, well, the roads in my city are total crap. And you'd be right, because the roads in every city, it seems like, are total crap. So maybe you don't want to go for something like an e-skate where you have to hop off in order to cross railroad tracks, or maybe you don't want to go with something like a one wheel where you can easily be thrown off by a ledge in the road, or, you know, just about anything on a one wheel, to be honest. So maybe you want something that's going to be able to adapt more to you rather than you to it. Huh? So at this point, you're like,
All right, we get it, Cameron.
tired of public transit. I don't want to own a car. I don't really want to ride a bicycle. I tried out those electric scooters and e-bikes, and they're pretty cool, and I want to own something like that. I looked at e-skates and I looked at one wheels, and it looks a little bit more like a sport to me rather than something that will get me from point A to point B. So, Cameron, what are you on about? Well, it's EUCs, okay? EUCs are super awesome. Let me show you. All right, okay. Oh, hi, baby. Yeah. So the EUC, let's talk about it for a second. You might notice I am hands-free. I can text and write as long as I... Don't do that. The EUC is incredibly competent. These have very large tires with a similar profile to that of like a mountain bike. And so going over all of these crappy roads in your city is going to be really not a big deal on the EUCs. At least not nearly as big of a deal as it is on e-skates or something like a one-wheel. The other thing that makes them incredibly competent is the fact that they have really good range and also some decent speed to them. Now, I'm not like an advocate for high speed. I think the fastest I've ever gone on an EUC was close to 40 miles an hour, and you know, I just don't recommend it. You best gear up if you're going to be doing that. But these things are totally able to take on really bad city streets. It's also much smaller than a bicycle. You really don't have to worry so much about taking these places. Let me show you what I mean. Pedals fold up, little trolley handle comes out the side, and you can walk it like a blood bag at the hospital. It's that simple. And then when you bring it inside places, you can just lean it up against, you know, the wall underneath your table. It doesn't take up much space at all. If you think about it, these are absolutely the most dense, most simple EUC. You don't need to worry about all of this maintenance like on a bicycle. These things, you know, maybe once every 4,000 miles, you need to change a tire. So, you're looking into ownership, and these are way cooler than city scooters or even e-bikes in my opinion. Although, you know, e-bikes get really cool, but they're really expensive. And these offer absolutely the most dense amount of value in a personal electric vehicle. Mark my words, this is... Well, we got this one from eWheels for around $1,400, but eWheels is an excellent, reputable source. If you want to pick one up, use my link down below. But the thing is, inside of this, you know, you're getting 30, 40 miles. You're getting like 30 miles an hour, which means that you can easily cruise at 20, 25 miles an hour without, you know, anything to worry about. They're competent, they're fast, they're portable. They're relatively maintenance-free. I'm here to tell you that this has been fundamentally life-changing for me. The amount of freedom and autonomy that electric unicycles give me is really only relatable to owning something like a motorcycle. I promise you right now, in 2020, the EUC is the most dense value, performance, capability, safety in any personal electric vehicle. And I hope it changes your life, and I hope you find the community around these really cool revolutionary modes of transport. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, like the button that likes. I'll be sure to keep trying to improve the content and not try to make anybody mad. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.